Hello and welcome to Paso Sherpa Videocast. Paso Sherpa is a concierge or travel planner for Paso Robles wine lovers. Check out our website, pasosherpa.com, and let's make some memories in Paso Robles wine country. I'm Rick West. Today we're going to discuss how wine is made. Now, the winemaker has several decisions before picking the grapes. Some of these are where to grow or source your grapes, what kind of grapes. There are over 200 grape varietals to choose from. Where will you grow the grapes? Coastal? In the hills? Do you dry farm or do you irrigate? And so on. The winemaker will wait until the grapes are just right, with just the right acidity as well as sugar. Only then are the grapes picked and delivered to the winery. For red wine in general, the winemaker starts by inspecting, destemming, and crushing the grapes. Then the grapes are placed into a fermenter, which is usually a tall stainless steel vat. However, in some cases, plastic microbins are used. Yeast is then added to kickstart fermentation. During fermentation, the winemaker needs to manage the cap, where floating solids like grape skins rise to the top. The juice and solids are called must, and it's important to circulate these solids with the juice during fermentation. There are two popular methods to increase skin contact with the fermenting juice. Skin contact is important for flavor development as well as body and color. The first method is punch down, where solids are punched down with a tool which sinks the solids. This is thought to increase tannin extraction from the seeds and skins. The other method is pump over. Pump over entails basically fire hosing the wine from the bottom of the vat to the cap or top. This helps aerate the juice, supplying oxygen to feed fermentation. It also degasses CO2, which can inhibit fermentation. Punch down or pump over can be performed from 1 to 5 times a day. This is done for most of the fermentation stage, which can last 2 weeks or more. The wine is then pumped to a press, where the wine is pressed in order to extract the juice from the skins and solids. For red wine, the wine is pumped into oak barrels. However, depending on the preferences, winemakers also use clay amphora, which are considered neutral even though they are porous and aerate the wine. Concrete is also used and considered somewhat between clay and oak for aeration and flavor. Wine is then aged, allowing the wine to settle as well as adding oxidative flavors from the oak. The wine is aged from 6 to 30 months. More time for reds, less time for whites. The wine is then bottled, labeled, and sold. White wine differs from red wine making, as white grapes are picked earlier than red to preserve the high acidity. They are often destemmed and pressed off the skins at the beginning of the process to reduce the tannins and color imparted from the grape skins. Fermented in temperature-controlled tanks, typically cooler than red wines, and filtration is used before aging. Aging is done in barrels or stainless. So that wraps it up for this episode of Paso Sherpa. We hope you enjoyed it and have learned a little something about something we love very much, our wine. Don't forget to look us up on pasosherpa.com and plan your next visit to Paso Robles wine country. Thank you for joining us.